Hello and welcome to today's video. Today another Inky Minutes ink review where I'm going to be looking at this ink. This is the 2024 edition of Lamy Dark Lilac. Now, Lamy Dark Lilac has caused a bit of a stir this year. Like in around March, they re-released this new color, which was supposed to be Dark Lilac, but it is slightly different now. I did make a video where I compared the two inks side by side, which I'll link to down below. The original Dark Lilac, I'm a massive fan of, but what I wanted to do is do a sort of little review of this ink in its own right, not in comparison to the original. I will show it alongside it again, but more about this ink in specific. So, as you can see, nice, vibrant, sort of earthy purple, a bit of violet coming through, and then a big hit of this sort of greeny sheen. It's a nice color of sheen, but in this ink, it actually, like even in the writing there, it actually can overpower the original color. So I'm going to look at on some different kinds of paper and then have a bit of a chat about it. As per usual with Lamy inks, it comes in the regular 50ml bottle here. They're reasonably priced and it's a really great bottle. So we start with the ink here on Tomoe River paper. You can see that sheen is really strong. In the water resistance test, there's not a whole lot of resistance. This is quite a saturated ink. And when it gets wet, it spreads. And that's perfectly fine if that's what you're after. But if you're after water resistance and something that will hold tight if it gets wet, this is not your ink. Lots and lots of sheen here on the Tomoe River paper. Now I had this in the TWSBI Diamond Mini with a medium nib, and you can see even there lots and lots of sheen. So it doesn't need to be a super wet pen to get this much sheen. You don't get a lot of shading, but yeah, you do get a lot of sheen. There's no shimmer, anything like that, and as you can see, low water resistance. The ink costs in Australia $24.95 for that 50ml bottle, and it's about $12 US. Now, the original Dark Lilac was a limited release or special edition to 2016. This 2024 version is being added to the standard line of Lamy inks. Now, there was always a purple ink in the Lamy lineup, but it was only available in cartridges. It was the violet. So now that we've got this Dark Lilac in the standard lineup, there is a bottled purple ink from Lamy, which I'm all for. It is not the same as the original Dark Lilac. My other video shows that in great detail. But just for the sake of the exercise, these are the two versions alongside each other on Tomoe River. Firstly, you can see the sheen is very different. And even the underlying purple, where you can see it in the new version, is very different. Now, it's even more pronounced on the coloring card where we don't get quite so much sheen. The purple is different. It just is. Original Lamy Dark Lilac was an incredible purple, and while I like this new purple, it is different. But I'm all for purples being on the market. They're my favorite ink color family, just about that, and blue blacks and things like that. So all for it, and this is a rather nice one, if a little aggressive, shall we say. Now, there's no bleed or feather on this paper, but let's look at it on some other paper. Starting here at the lowest end, this is the student notepad paper from Spyrex. It is nice earthy dark purple. You know, it's kind of got a lot of red in it, and it's okay. It looks okay. There's not a whole lot of feathering or anything like that. There is a little bit, but nothing that you wouldn't expect on this paper. On the reverse, it actually performs very well alongside some of these other inks, and these are all surprisingly well performed inks. This one stands out as being actually very nice. Then we have it here on regular office copy paper. This is 80 GSM Reflex copy paper, some of the Australian standard. It's a lovely earthy tone here. It's warm. It looks good. Not a whole lot of sheen happening yet. A little bit perhaps occasionally where the ink pulls, which is, you know, on standard copy paper, that's surprising in a way. But it is a nice sort of base tone. On the reverse, perfect. Almost nothing comes through. So that's really great to see. And then here on Rhodia, what some people consider the standard, it's okay. I like Rhodia, I don't love it. But once again, low water resistance, the ink just spreads. In the swatch, we see some of that sheen. In the writing, we see hits of the sheen, but we actually get quite a lovely warm purple here. It's almost got like a burgundy underlying red wine sort of purple, which is rather nice. And that's something that the 2016 version didn't have. It sort of had a lot more of a standard sort of underlying standard purple, which is beautiful as well. But this is quite nice. I like it a lot. On the reverse of this page, the only spots that have come through here are where, you know, I swatched the ink or where I put a bit of water down. Otherwise, it's performed impeccably. Okay, let's do a little color comparison. So here's the 2024 version. Here's the 2026 or 2016 version. I've got 3 other purples to show it alongside. Robert Oster Ready, Set, Go Deep Purple, which is a bluer purple than both of them and a lot darker, but it doesn't have that warmth of the new Dark Lilac. Monbotto's Hat, same, more vibrant, more sort of purpley purple. And then Octopus Fluids Aubergine, which is one of my favorite purples, which has a very similar sheen, but quite a different base color. I think that has more in common there with the original Dark Lilac. So it is a unique, beautiful purple. I don't have a lot of colors like it in my collection. And just for the sake of the exercise, like alongside Yamabudo, it's not that magenta-y purple either. It is still very clearly, you know, quite a strong purple. So this was Lamy Dark Lilac from 2024. As I said, $24.95 Australian or $12 US for the bottle, so it's good value. There's not a whole lot of shading because it is such a concentrated, saturated ink, which means it does move around when it's wet, and we get lots and lots of sheen, sometimes more sheen than the actual base color. So if that's what you're into, this is going to be an interesting ink for you. If you just want a nice sort of standard purple ink, you know, there are lots and lots of options on the market. But this one is beautiful and it is certainly interesting. So thank you for watching this video about Lamy Dark Lilac 2024. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all of that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there is a way you would like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your inks, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.